Ahoy there, Captain Steve coming to you from the bucket list. We're down here at Harrington Harbor South. We got here last night. We're going to stay till Thursday evening, then head back and then come back down Saturday. We were going to go to the pool today, but it was a little cool, so we decided to just work on the boat. So I sanded the wood on the stern and the starboard side, scraped all that paint off. I'm waiting on my primer and my wet edge paint to get here Wednesday. Well, not here, but to the house, and then I'll bring it down Saturday when we come down and start working on getting that primed and painted. In the meantime, I'm just gonna let the wood dry. It looks like there's some wetter areas, probably from me washing the cockpit out. I went and scrubbed out the cockpit, got that all nice and cleaned up. So now I just gotta let the wood dry. You can see like wet, a little bit of wet there. It just needs to dry out, but it should dry out over the next 3-4 days. Got the flags put up. There's that one, and then we had one custom made. It has bucket list on it, and if the wind was blowing, you'd be able to see it. It's got a skull and crossbones. And I put out our wind indicator flag out front. Last night, the captain's quarters air conditioner kept shutting off and then come back on, and then eventually it just shut off and didn't come back on. Which, so the whole, I think it's the port side power to the breaker is gone. It's not even, we don't have no power to the port side. So I went out and bought a new pigtail because I was out last night messing with it, and every time I would lift up on the old one, it seemed like it was coming back on, which I think was just a coincidence. So even with the new pigtail, which was $580, still no power to the port side of the boat. I actually reversed the cables. These two go onto the boat. I reversed them to see if it was one of these cables bad, and I still only had power to the starboard side, no power to the port side. So that narrows it down to either the plug on the boat that the power hooks to, or the breaker, the main breaker itself. And then last week I got a call from the marina. That boat was coming in last Sunday, and apparently I guess the wind caught them and blew them into our boat. So their bimini rope caught our anchor, which that windlass is locked down, but it pulled 15 feet of chain out even though the windlass is locked down, so messed up the windlass. I'm sure you can see the crack leading down the pulpit and then all the way back. And I don't know if I can get it or not, but the pulpit underneath is cracked. The fiberglass is cracked the whole way across. So I got their insurance information and got the guy that I have do most of the work on the boat. And so now the guy's this other boat's insurance company and the guy that's going to fix it are in contact with each other, so they can hash out, what it's called and the cost and what needs to be done to fix it. But let me go on the boat. Other than that, that's about all that's going on today. When I get up here and you look at the pulpit, you can see the one side is like sitting higher than the other. You can see it's actually twisted. So it's going to need to have the pulpit rebuilt re-glassed and everything. This fucking windlass is gonna need to be replaced. So who knows, bent that metal piece all to hell. So I don't know what it's gonna cost, but that's not my problem. That's their problem. Their insurance's problem. So other than that, I'm just sitting here relaxing. Kara's making some vittles with Jack, and sitting up here in the upper salon. There's Pickles drinking a bourbon. There it is. There's my bourbon with my Mountain Dew chaser. But just sitting here relaxing, enjoying the weather. It's been a while since we put a video out, but it's winter. We haven't really been down here much. I got the impellers changed the other week. So that's all good, done and taken care of. Found out we need a new generator because it's going to cost just as much to fix it as it would to have another one put in. So now we know why the generator's not working. So on the schedule, or on the plans, September, I have planned to have this upper salon AC replaced. Peak Mobile, they've replaced my forward bilge pump. They got my horns working, and it's supposed to be replacing the gauges in the fly bridge. I don't know when they're doing that, seeing as how now we have this whole pulpit issue to deal with. And now I'm waiting on Lee from Peak Marine to call me back to find out when I get him out here to check the plug that because I just had new plugs put in to also on the starboard side. So I don't know if one of those plugs went bad, so I need to see when I get him out here to check that, and or the main breaker to see which one is the issue, so I can get power back to the port side of the boat. But other than that, like I said, September I'm looking to hopefully have this upper salon AC replaced, and then April I want to get the boat pooled, have bottom paint done. Like to have Shiver Me Timbers come out and replace the captain's quarter AC unit, as well as have Peak replace the generator and install water maker. So yeah, a lot of shit on the horizon that I want to get done, that if all goes well I'll be able to get done. If I have to cross off a couple things from the list, then so be it, but I'll just get them done at a later date. But yep, keep checking for videos. I'll let you know how things go. We're going to leave here Thursday night, but then we'll be back down. We're going to come back down Friday night and then stay until the following Thursday. So yeah, just keep an eye out for videos and whatnot, and update on how these different repairs are going. So we want to start taking the boat out eventually once I get that wood primed and painted on the stern and the starboard side. Then I'm going to get the dinghy in the water, and I'm going to wash the port side and the stern, and then I'm going to wax it. And then we want to turn the boat around so then I can work on the wood on the port side that's now over the water. When we turn the boat around, I'll be on the finger pier, so I can get that scraped down, sanded and primed and painted, and then I'll get the dinghy out back in the water and wash and wax the starboard side, because the starboard side's against the finger pier, and I want it out in the water so I can have more room to work. But yeah, I'll probably shoot a little video while I'm washing and waxing the boat. But as always, keep motoring, sails up, and you keep striving for that bucket list. See ya.